Happy Halloween, my fellow homunculi. Last year I attempted to make Halloween-themed videos, and well, it wasn't exactly the most thought-out idea. But now I'm a new man. I've seen the error of my ways, and I've decided I'm not changing a thing, bitch. I still want to make Halloween-themed videos. Now, one thing I love about the spooky season, like many other people, is the weather, the comfy sweaters, dressing like an idiot. I love it all. And of course, when it's that time of the year, it's a common courtesy to watch a spooky, bone-chilling flick in order to celebrate the season of the witch. Which is why today, we'll be talking about a children's Halloween special. Now, if you're someone like me, a shallow husk born in Generation Z, you probably grew up watching Cartoon Network. And of course, this was a beautiful time to be an impressionable little lad, especially with Cartoon Network's memorable bump sets with the quirky little dudes that ran around looking like our favorite characters, acting up like Sour Patch Kids. And if you remember anything about Cartoon Network, it was the fun Halloween-themed bump sets they'd aired during the spooky season to get you in the spirit, make you want to murder some pumpkins. And of course, they'd air Halloween-themed shows, movies, or holiday specials. I remember seeing countless reruns of Courage the Cowardly Dog. That would scare the shit out of me. Billy and Mandy, which would also scare the shit out of me. Regular shows, Terror Tales at the Park. It was a wonderful time, which feels so far away now. A feeling slowly drifting away as my soul wilts into a hollow, cynical old man. As cool as these specials were, there's one that had its heel in my childhood that a lot of people fondly remember for its fun, whimsical, spooky good time. Today, we will be talking about Scary Godmother, which is very random and out of the blue for me, but to those of you silently or loudly judging me, I ask you, why wouldn't I talk about Scary Godmother? I mean, oh my god, just look at her. I will never let them disrespect you, baby. So yeah, this special, as the title of the video spoils, was actually pretty goated. Obviously, I rewatched it in preparation for this video, and I gotta say, it still holds up pretty well. Like, yeah, it's clearly made for children, and the animation has definitely aged, but I gotta admit, this special was a lot of fun. Scary Godmother Halloween Spooktacular was based off the children's novel of the same name, and while I have not read these books, I imagine they have a similar in-the-season vibe this special has. The special was produced by the animation studio Mainframe, which is responsible for a lot of Barbie movies, Beast Wars, and my personal favorite, MTV Spider-Man, baby, which is also on the list for future videos, so be on the lookout for that. And oddly enough, the studio also did pre-renderings for the Ghostbusters video game, which was also a big part of my childhood. Point is, these guys have been around, and say what you will about their quality, I do think they bring a lot of fun, creative liberties when it comes to this Halloween special. Now, to actually talk about the Spooktacular, Scary Godmother is about a group of kids who meet up to go trick-or-treating. We have our main character, Hannah, and her cousin, Jimmy, and they're meeting up with their friends, Katie, Daryl, and Bert. These kids have a very interesting dynamic, and it made me look within myself and realize, did we actually act like this as kids? Like, damn, they're out here telling a little girl to go into a creepy ass house just so they can traumatize her before going trick-or-treating? Like, goddamn, y'all's biggest op is a fucking toddler. So yeah, after giving this girl her 13th reason, her cries for help summon the one and only Scary Godmother. Oh my dear sweet god. Great googly moogly. Oh my god, just look at her. Scary Godmother decides to help Hannah get over her fear of monsters, so she decides to kidnap her and bring her to the fright side. And I don't know who cooked with the soundtrack, but god damn, this movie's got the heaters. Anyways, after Scary Godmother kidnaps Hannah, she introduces her to all of her monster friends. And I gotta say, Mr. Pettibone is my favorite character. Now, I'm not the first to mention this, but it's hilarious that he's a skeleton in the closet, and he talks in a very flamboyant way.
Oh my, Scary Godmother! Sorry to be so late, but I just had to get these old bones bleached for the party.
All I'm saying is, I see what you did there, movie. Well played. So after being introduced to more kooky characters, some vampires, some weird werewolf man, we get another lovable guy by the name of Bugaboo, and well, she doesn't take it too lightly. Now after a little tussle, they make amends, and he's not the scary monster she thought he was. I mean, he still scares kids for a living, but at least a beautiful friendship blossomed from this. Now we can move on to the dance sequence, which is quite interesting.
Fortnite Battle Pass, I just shit out my ass, booted up my PC, cause I need to get that Fortnite Battle Pass.
I love that these kids are still waiting outside like, holy shit, she could be fucking dead. Now these segments of the movie, while occasionally funny, are the worst parts. Especially because it's just them bullshitting around, which, I mean, yeah, is normal kid shit behavior, but everything to do with Scary Godmother and the other monsters is the real star of the show here. And speaking of, there's a part of the movie where they need to feed the guests, and I love that the first suggestion from Mr. Pettibone is to murder Harry and serve him to the guests. Oh my god, he's so girly pop, very nice, very demure. So yeah, they get pizza and Hannah and Bugaboo bond over their pizza toppings, which, by the way, olives on pizza is fucking goated. I will die on this hill. So after everyone stuffs their fucking faces, Hannah and Bugaboo become friends, which leads to him realizing her bitch-ass, Oompa Loompa body-ass cousin is the same kid he scares for a living. So the gang bands together and decide they're gonna scare the shit out of Hannah's friends, which is just a scene of the monsters fucking with them and being their 13th reason. So the special ends with Hannah being a big, brolic, strong person, probably could fight a horse. She gets a key to come back to the fright side, and she goes and tends to her pussy-ass cousin. So yeah, Scary Godmother Halloween Spooktacular was a lot of fun. Despite being a solely kids special, it has a nice nostalgic feel that can get anybody into the holiday spirit. What? There's another Scary Godmother special? Hold on. What are you talking about? There's only one special. Oh god, that's right! Yeah, so we're going 2 for 2 in this video, and just as a little deep dive into my life, I used to watch this special religiously. And while I was preparing for this video, there was a moment where I had to ask myself, why did I like this so much? It's not a bad special or anything, it's still the same cute, nostalgic Halloween fun time that it's trying to be, but this special is just not as good as the first one. I mean, it still has the same terrifyingly dated animation, but it has its charm. I've definitely seen worse animation, and again, it's still very nostalgic going back to these specials and watching the thing that made my childhood around Halloween time. Now, to actually talk about the second special, it takes place exactly 1 year after the events of the first movie. Only this time around, little bitch boy over here is afraid of monsters now. So this special is narrated by Harry, which in the long run doesn't do much for the movie. I guess they just wanted to be quirky this time around. Anyways, old Jimbo here is afraid of monsters now, and one of the most unintentionally funny moments in this movie is noticing the obvious voice actor switch. Like, this kid went from sounding like this
Speak of the devil, and the devil shall appear,
to this.
I figure monsters are dumber than you, and since you fell for it.
I mean, it's not the voice actor's fault, obviously, but I just can't help but notice his more frail voice. Anyways, there's not a whole lot to say about this special, cause it's just about Hannah and Scary Godmother preparing for a Halloween party, and Jimmy is just here, being a problem. He hatches a genius-level plan to get rid of the monsters by destroying Halloween. Bro goes out of his way to ruin pumpkins, deface candy and costumes. He even goes as far as to ruin his friend's good time, which in turn starts to cause the fright side to blip away. Now I'm gonna throw this movie a bone, cause I understand this is intended for like actual piss poo poo ass baby children, but it's funny that this one kid is able to ruin Halloween for everyone. Like, it's all game over once they don't have candy or costumes, as if he went around the entire world and ruined Halloween for everyone. Now, I know his ass wasn't able to get a plane ticket last minute just to travel the world and ruin everybody's Halloween. It's even funnier that Halloween is ruined for the fright side just because 4 kids are having a bad day. Again, I know this is for kids, but there's a lot of leaps this special takes in order for us to have conflict. Like, doesn't the rest of the world exist? Does the fate of Halloween really depend on these kids having a good day? Now, having said that, this special does offer these cute little bits where they explain how you can make Halloween fun on a small budget, and how to take take a bad situation and make it into something good. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, if I were a small child, which I was when I watched these, I would find these very enticing. I'm not gonna sit here and lie like I didn't make at-home marshmallows. This shit was revolutionary for a little idiot like me. So yeah, after Jimmy commits war crimes against Halloween, the gang foils his plans at every turn, which leads to them being invited to the Fright Side for the Halloween party. I love that they don't question that she has a magical key that can open up an interdimensional portal to Spooky Town Isekai. Also, what the fuck happened to my man here? So they get jump scared, and a detail that I forgot to mention is that they think these are big kids that scared them last year. Like, dude, these are obviously not older kids, let alone human. Bro is literally a fucking skeleton. Anyways, the party finally begins.
Fortnite Battle Pass. I just shit out my ass. Booted up my PC. Cause I need to get that Fortnite Battle Pass. I like Fortnite.
So Jimmy sneaks his way into the party and tries to steal a candy bucket, which will ruin Halloween, I guess. So Harry sees him and begins to start committing a hate crime. Anyways, Bugaboo scares the shit out of Jimmy again, which in turn scares Bugaboo, and now they're buddies. Now Jimmy's a nice guy and he likes Halloween again. Harry tries to solicit a bribe, but what he doesn't know is that I've seen It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I know this game. You can't fucking fool me, sir. So the special ends, and I gotta say, I see why these specials are so beloved. Yes, they're basically made for neurodivergent children like myself, but that's okay. They're very nostalgic, and they give me a great sense of joy when the spooky season comes around. It just has that innate ability to hack my brainwaves and make me feel good. So yeah, that's a wrap, gamers. Did you enjoy these specials? Let me know if these were a staple of your childhood. And if not, well, you just weren't born in the right generation, and clearly you aren't as cool as me. Anyways, happy Halloween, my dudes. Bye-bye.
I'll flip the cat back and roll the dice. Don't step to the wizard, cause the wizard don't play nice.
Yeah!